A spokesman and advocate of basic human rights for all people. That includes many of our young people. You know, we live at a time when in most societies, people have to struggle a lot to survive, just to make it, to stay alive. And that kind of living open up doors for all kinds of what we call crime and violence against one another. It doesn't bring about harmony, and police and jails are no answers. And if they were, it would only increase the number of people that are living in the streets under blue tents or whatever. And so what we have are people trying to find other ways that perhaps would keep down some of the pressure. And you know, that's alcoholism, that's drugs, and other things. But specifically what we're talking about now that's been on the scene for quite some time is not, well, let's just say weed. You know, they are legalizing it everywhere. And for those people who smoke weed, everybody smoke weed except a few people. And you got your reasons for smoking it. But a lot of people smoke weed to get away from the hell of the life that they're living. Some of the weed makes them feel good. It makes them dream, makes them justify keeping hope alive. And, you know, they need to be protected as well from abuse and exploitation. I say this because when you're talking about making money, business, it's about profit. And that means whatever business you're in, somebody is being exploited, somebody is being taken advantage of, but they are saying it's okay because what they are trying to acquire is worth it for them. But at the same time, there should be rules and regulations that protect them when things aren't working right. Now, the truth of the matter of it is that when you do things righteously, then there will be no problems. But when you're doing things your way or whatever way, then problems are going to occur. So what I'm saying, to make a long story short, is this. People selling drugs will abuse you. You know this. But I'm not talking to people who are spending money, who spend big money. They listening to someone else. I'm talking to you small guys who are around here buying an ounce or whatever like that. I want you to know that you know something about weed too, but you will be exploited. And those of you who are buying 20s and 40s, I want you to know you really get exploited. You see, the thing of it is this. It's about making money. You guys, you know that. That was a time when you smoked weed. You knew what you were getting. You can even take the seeds and plant them and get something. Most weed that you see today doesn't have any seeds. Some does, but most don't. And you smoke it, and you can sit back and wait. Sometimes you get a rush, or a rush that would last a few minutes, and then it's gone. Or you don't even get a rush, and sometimes you just get a smell. All of these kinds of things, and your money is gone. And you can't say they won't do this to you because it's a hustler's game. Now, let me tell you, I used to smoke crack. Why? I chose to. I wanted to. A moment in time. But I'll also tell you why I stopped smoking crack. Because people will hustle you. Hustle you. You can go to buy you a rock, and you go someplace thinking you're secluded and you just want to spend some time with yourself, and think you've been to hit a rock and you got a piece of soap or a piece of candy. Now, this guy who sold you, or this person that sold you this counterfeit, doesn't care about you, don't care what you had to go through. Many people might have had the amount they purchased. But many folks went and broke in folks' houses, stole television, broke in people's cars, stole all kinds of stuff, ripped people off trying to get some money to feed this hunger that they have. And now, what do they have? Some junk. That's the kind of stuff that will get you killed. How do I know? Because it happened to me. And I'm telling you, just the idea that somebody will hustle you just like that, it makes you want to. And so I had that thought. And so there's one way for me to get rid of that thought. And that was to stop smoking. So I stopped smoking. I stopped smoking so I never have to worry about anybody making a monkey out of me anymore. So what I'm saying about you guys who are smoking weed, you don't know what you're buying. That stuff isn't working. See, what has happened is this. They legalize weed. I mean, you can buy what you want. You can buy anything they got out there. But it's expensive. It's expensive. And so the small market's not going to go out there and purchase that and bring it in and sell it to you. If they do, they got to make their money back. And so that means you're going to be getting a little bit for better, for your same money or more. And so that's not going to profit them anything, really. So what they do is get counterfeit weed and maybe pinch you out for a little bit of this other stuff, and then it make it smell good or taste good or get you a rush again. And so you go on by your way, everybody making money, and you, the poor people, being had. I want you to know this. Everything that is in life that's available for the benefit of people, human beings, that means you and I, but not just Americans, not just black folk and white folk, not just men and women, but people all over the earth. What mankind makes, a system can be adjusted or set up that would allow everybody to access from that system anything they want, need, or desire whenever. And the secret is allowing them to participate in the process of creating all of this stuff. Allow each one to choose a career, to choose a job that gives them their greatest joy. It might be sports, it might be music, it might be acting, it might be construction, it might be engineering, it might be teaching, it might be medicine, it might be anything. But it gives you your greatest joy, and you are somebody, and you love it. You're not trying to be better than anybody, because you know you're who you are, and you are needed. And that gives you your greatest joy. But in the process, all of the things that we, the people, have determined are essential are being created. Food, clothing, shelter, education, transportation, infrastructure, all, you name it. And it's in the reservoir for you. You're entitled to access it when you want it. And you're not blowing anything. Your life is too great. And you don't have to lie, cheat, steal, kill, or do any of that other kind of stuff. I tell you this is the kind of life I want. This is the kind of life I want for all of us. And you choosing somebody out there talking about killing folks, getting even with folks, putting people in jail, putting snakes and alligators in waters. And that's what you want? That's what you choose? I don't blame you. I hold my head down too.